So Texas Impact is the membership organization for mainline Protestant, Jewish, and Muslim denominations in the state. We would be remiss if we did not acknowledge the progress and good work over the interim by Representative Murray and many of you. Nevertheless, the poll watcher provisions and some specifics about the ID number would adversely affect our membership. Regarding the watchers, we actively encourage and recruit our membership to be election judges for their counties. The provisions of HB 3 would give us pause about encouraging our membership to be election judges again. A lot's been said about the criminal penalties, but we're also concerned about these civil lawsuits against election judges. It is unclear to us if election judges have qualified immunity. We think it needs to be clarified that they may only be sued in an official capacity and not in a personal capacity, so that election judges are not afraid of losing their house. Additionally, we're concerned about election judges and their access to counsel. We would suggest the Hailstorm Bill, House Bill 1774 from the 85th, as a model. The county attorney ought to be able to step into the shoes of the election judge the same way that insurance companies step into the shoes of an insurance adjuster. 2, there's still a lack of clarity about when a judge can remove a watcher. We think that if a crime occurs, more than a warning should be available to the judge as an option. We think that voters also should be able to lodge a complaint with the election judge. Additionally, not every disruption constitutes an illegality. If a judge is sidelined for 15 minutes having an argument, then the line is going to back up, and long lines disenfranchise. An act of conflict as well at a polling location intimidates voters. At a minimum, we think watchers need to receive some sort of training in order to cut down on these disputes before they happen. Regarding the ID numbers, it's been talked about, but in Georgia, it can be a state ID number or a Social Security number. In House Bill 3, however, it appears a ballot would get rejected if the voter puts a driver's license number on their voter registration, but then a Social Security number on the carrier envelope, or vice versa. We think it needs to be explicit in the bill that it's an either or, and we appreciate the commitment from the author to work on this. Additionally, these clerical errors could be easily fixed through the cure process, so we hope that this ID provision is added to the list of curable errors that is not currently in the bill. And finally, we agree with our friends at the Coalition for Texans with Disabilities that ballot tracking might be used to cure so that the number of disabled and elderly people who already have mobility issues do not have to travel down to the county to cure in person. Thank you, and we look forward to working with you.
Thank you, Joshua.